Welcome to the Encore Audio Archives YouTube channel. I'm Taper Dave, and this is my channel. I've uploaded hundreds of talks here that I've recorded at meetings in West LA, and I've also recorded conventions starting in 2013. I've got a bunch of those up. And Walt and Mary Murray, the original owners of Encore Audio Archives, started the company in the 80s, and Walt recorded Joe and Charlie's and a bunch of stuff down in Vista, California. My sobriety date is June 20th of 1994. I hope you find something you like, so please like and subscribe to my channel and comment down below. If you want to hear something that I don't have or that you don't see, I'll see that I get it. Anyways, take care and have a great day if you want to.
Okay, I guess I'll share right now, huh? My name is DJ and I'm an alcoholic. Hey, I'm honored to be here tonight. I'm grateful to be here tonight. I'm sober. It's a better chance I'm gonna go to sleep sober tonight, excuse me. Want to thank Joe and John for asking me to come. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about what it was like and what happened, what I'm like now. But first, I want to tell the newcomers, welcome a serious talk. We've been waiting for you guys, because they told me the same thing. Just stay with us, you know. And all the birthday people, happy birthday. You guys are another example of the program really works, and I see it with 25 and 25 years. So happy birthday to you guys. My story is similar. You know, the outcome is the same. My story might be different, but the outcome is the same. Born and raised in the South Bay. Grew up in Harbor City in the Long Beach area. Started gangbanging at a young age. I've been through the ringer. I'm gonna bypass a lot of stuff because I don't have a lot of time. But I became an alcoholic at a young age, you know, because I always felt different. You know, growing up where I grew up at and being looked at differently is I've never felt accepted. Never felt I didn't like me. You know, so when I would get loaded and get drunk, I would be the funny person. You know, I fit in. You know, I was part of. The God concept, I really didn't believe in the God at a young age, and because one day I just felt different. I started gang banging and repping my neighborhood and all that, and I've been through it. I kind of excelled in the drug business. You know, my only role models were my older homeboys, because I never had a father. So I looked up to them, you know, and told me how to be a man, how to survive in the streets, and I did. Well, I became very, very successful in the drug business. And it's crazy to be 19 years old, have everything that you can ever want, and just ready to bam, ready to just end it all. One day in my life, I heard that voice, you know that voice, the voice you hear at nighttime. It comes to you at night. You know, the one that changes your life. You know, everybody heard that voice before? You know, well, I did. Well, it was February 6, 1990. Changed my life forever. The voice I heard was, "Come out with your hands up." You know. That's serious talk right there. That's that voice that changed my life forever. I was arrested. Yeah, it's shit funny now, but it wasn't funny then. You know, I was arrested that night. You know, my childhood friend, the one who brought me into the street life game, he got arrested by the feds. I gave him 3 kilos of cocaine to take across state for me. He got caught, set me up with the feds. Make a long story short, I got sentenced to 18 years, 10 months in federal prison. I was 19 years old. I started doing the same thing I was doing on the street, I was doing in prison, because I didn't care. I didn't care about anything. I'm 19, it's 1990, I don't get out until 2006. I could not face reality. I made my own wine, got loaded every day. The females on my visiting list, I had them committing federal offenses to bring me my dope. I stayed loaded most of the time. I've been in 13 different federal prisons, and I got kicked out of 10 of them. Newcomers, that's a prime example of how one's life can be unmanageable, you know. Me being in prison doesn't mean I'm tough. It means I make bad choices. One day, I was in Oakdale, Louisiana, and I'm bypassing a lot of stuff. And I'm detoxing. They got me in SHU again, which is a special housing unit. And the only thing I can get high of was Sudafed. See, I don't know a limit, so I took 4, I took 7, took 10, then I took 14, and I OD'd. You know, I'm in Oakdale, Louisiana, in the swamps. I almost died in a little 8x6 cell. And when they brought me back, I said, God, I can't keep doing this. Make a long story short, I've been through a lot of stuff. I wasn't a drug addict. I wasn't a drug addict because I sold a large amount of cocaine, and I wasn't an alcoholic because I never, that's how my mind works. And, but I was. So from there, I got out, I got transferred to another, prison number 9, and then I got transferred again. I always blamed it on somebody else. I always blamed it on, you should have held your water. You shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have, you know, telling the COs that I gave you that knife to stab this dude, you know, but I've always ended up in SHU all the time. And so years later, I went down to Terminal Island, and I'm in the day room. I'm loaded. I nodded out. And my homeboy's like, DJ, wake up, DJ. And I'm in the day room, it's 4 o'clock, and I'm in the nod. I can hear them, but I can't respond to them. And they say, man, that MF been like that ever since I've known him. I heard it, that hurt, but I could not respond to it. That night, I went to sleep. They took me back to my cell. I went to sleep. I woke up in the middle of the night and said, God, I go home in 10 months. I've been in prison for 15 and a half years, and I haven't accomplished anything. I can't go home like this. The next morning, I went to chow. They went to chow. I went outside to go smoke a cigarette, and I saw these people come in. I thought they were some Jehovah's Witnesses, some Christians, you know, But this one lady, she was carrying this pink box, and I knew what that pink box was. Those pink boxes were donuts, you know, and I ain't had a donut in 15 and a half years, so I said, the hell with it, I'm gonna say a couple hallelujahs and get me a donut. So, yeah, a serious talk. So I followed them upstairs, and I went to the little room, and I said, what's this? And she says, this is AA. I said, oh, no, not me. She said, you want a donut? And I'm like, yeah. And so I went inside, and I listened. And I saw on the rooms that these cats I used to see on the yard would I wouldn't talk to, you know, because it's so segregated. You got the blacks over here, the whites over here, the Asians over here, the Hispanics over here, you know. But in that room, I later found out that we are people who would not normally mix. And I started to mix with these people. I kept going back, trying to punch holes into what they were saying. I said, because if you lived in the field, you cannot, you know, have the life you have right now, because you followed these 12 steps. That's impossible. So I kept going back. I started doing different things. I stopped making my wine. I took all the females off my visiting list, so I couldn't be tempted to get any dope through the visiting room any longer. And I started doing this stuff called meditation and start hanging with those guys up in the room. My homeboys like, man, DJ done finally lost it. I was told this. And my homeboy's like, man, you know the homie's saying you lost it. And I said, well, you go say, nah, homie. You go tell my homeboys I finally found it, you know. So the day I came back to America, I had my family right here. I got the H&I panel right here. Who do I call? I called the H&I panel. They came to pick me up and took me to a meeting this big. I'm out of prison for 1 hour, scared to death, you know. From there, I found my sponsor. I started doing the work. You know, it was scary because I don't know how to act. Remember, you got to understand that I grew up in prison. 19, I got out when I was 35. That was 3 years ago. You know, I said, man, I don't know how to act. And so we started doing the steps. We started going through the steps. The hardest thing was for me was the step number 4. I can fill out everything, every column, but the hardest part was the last one. my part. You know, I filled it out. I did it. It was relieved. I still do a lot of work. Now here comes the crazy things about the amends. My amends. When I got out of the prison, I went through my neighborhood. Everybody has bars on their windows. Everybody's imprisoned in my neighborhood. I told my sponsor, I said, it wasn't like that when I went to prison. He said, what do I do? I said, I'm sorry for what I've done, what I helped create in my neighborhood. He said, what you do is you can go make amends to the ones you know. So when I got out of prison, I knocked on everybody's door and said, my name is Dewan. I'm Kathy Pace's boy. And she's like, oh, how are you doing? Where you been? I said, I've been in prison. I said, what can I do for you? I said, I want to apologize to you. She said, for what? I said, because now you have bars on your windows, and I helped create that. You know, some people say, I said, what can I do to make it better? They said, what are you doing now? I said, I'm being of service to others. They said, keep doing that. So I went throughout all the old folks in my neighborhood, and I did that. Service, you know, the H&I. I'm a big advocate of H&I. Giving back, you know, because you guys gave it to me. You guys didn't have to come in there, but you did. And just I'm thinking, like, if I would have stayed in my unit for one more minute, I would have missed you guys walking with that pink box of donuts. You know, I wouldn't have saw it. My recovery is my priority. It's first over anything. You know, being in prison all those years, yeah, I wanted to get in a relationship, but how can I act? I don't know how to act. And so, you know, I took my advice from my sponsor. But my life has been an amaze. Now I have an amazing life. I cannot believe the things that I'm doing now. You know, I'm very grateful and I'm very humble. You know, I go to 5-6 meetings a week. Sometimes I go to 2 a day. You know, I'm finding my way now today. You know, I do things that I can only imagine. I'm truly blessed. You know, I'm not a religious kind of guy at all. You know, because of, but I try to be more of a spiritual person, you know, be a good person. And the person that you see right now is the person that you see on the streets. Is the same person that you might see at another meeting. It's abnormal, you know, being of service. That's abnormal to me, you know. Volunteering my time, that's abnormal. You know, saying welcome, that's abnormal. You know, my life is abnormal because of how I used to live. Because of Alcoholics Anonymous, I done found a way to live now. Just for today. And it's like, wow, it's hot in here right now, I'm sweating, you know? But yeah, newcomers, I'm gonna leave you with this right here. Come as you are. When you come to a meeting, just come as you are. But please do not leave as you came. You know what I'm saying? That's serious talk right there. And, you know, just look to your left, look to your right. These are examples, you know, of how the program works, only if you work it, you know. Hopefully that I can say something, what I was told before that kept me here, that kept me coming back and trying to punch a hole in it. And 4 years later, I have not. I just celebrated 4 years, July 3rd, going through financial difficulties, everything, you know. I made it through. I can make it through because I come to these rooms because I spent 16 and a half years being 19 years old, so I do not know how to act. So I go to meetings to learn, to get experience of how to deal with life. Because I don't know how to live. I'll do it now, though. So newcomers, please come as you are, but do not leave as you came. My name is DJ. I'm an alcoholic.
Okay, this is how I prepare my drone for launching. I like to do it inside the cab of my truck so I'm not standing outside in the weather. To install the joysticks for control, up and down, right and left, powered on. I have an Android phone that I use to connect it to the drone with. And it's actually controlled through the iPhone, through an app. Oops, wrong way. It's actually controlled through the iPhone, or through this Android phone, through the app. It's actually controlled through the Android phone through an app, and you connect it through this short connection right here.
Remote control connected.
Remote control's connected. So I pull out the drone. I have to extend the legs. Long legs extended first, then the short legs. Remove the gimbal protector. Set that aside, then power it on one short burst, then one long burst. I lay it down. So I have to go to calibrate. So the drone's not connected yet. Shows you here as this drone gets disconnected, even though the remote's powered on. So the drone has to establish it's connected. So I go into the app to calibration mode. First I'll calibrate the remote controller. Start calibration. Out, in, out, in, up, down. And then this little wheel is to control the gimbal. So it's calibrated. Go to gimbal calibration, start calibration, and then it calibrates the gimbal. I don't know if that shows up. The gimbal's moving all over the place. Changes, you can see it on the video. And I'm calibrated to take off. It's acquired 7 satellites at the moment. There are 26 satellites up in the sky, which it has to acquire before you can take off. So it's connected. It's got enough satellites. This is white. I can go to press this little arrow button, swipe right to take off, and it would start the motors if I slid this to the right. But I'll wait till I get outside. Don't want to do it inside.